Am I the asshole for doing absolutely nothing for my chronically ill fiance for over a week?
Sounds like it so far, but I have not heard the story.
I'll try to be brief. I, female 48, have been with my fiance, male 47, for 10 years. We've lived together for 9. We've moved house out of my house I owned and have lived in our house for about 6.5 years. I work part-time as a private voice and piano instructor, and I perform gigs around as a singer slash pianist slash DJ slash generally hilarious entertainer.
Okay. I thought you said penis. A penis.
I do weddings, parties, etc. He doesn't work. My son, who lives with us, also doesn't work. They're both working on getting disability. There have been instances of abusive behavior and not a small number of completely ridiculous incidents due to his mental illnesses. We recently found out that he has RA, rheumatoid arthritis, I think, and he's been in pretty debilitating pain for around 8 months, since November. During that time, he at first refused to go to a doctor. Then, after 3 months, he finally went to the ER. The first one ran blood work, gave him what they called souped up ibuprofen, and got him an appointment with a rheumatologist. 4 months and change from that visit. His mother has RA, and we were pretty sure that's what it was. In between, we went to the ER again. He ranted about how they didn't help, and I was finally able to get him to a GP in early March. This was followed by a flurry of doctors trying new meds, getting a diagnosis, etc. So during this time, I have been driving him to all his appointments. I give him his meds, keep track of his symptoms. I bring him food to our room, keep snacks and drinks, medicine handy, try to go out with him when he feels well enough, clean up and take care of the house and my adult son who's on the spectrum and had to go to a facility for a week this past month to get meds straightened out. I'm only hitting the high points, but you can imagine.
Sounds stressful.
It does. I notice his breaks seem to come at the end of / first of the month. Almost without fail, if I look at texts and recalling recent incidents, they all start around the 28th, peak around the 4th or 5th with something big and stupid, then end around the 5th or 6th. The last really big one was March into April. He often wakes up and thinks his dreams are real. He accuses me of saying and doing things I didn't, insists I did, throws a mantrum, cue the guilt. He swears to do better, lather, rinse, repeat. Highlights of the last few mantrums.
This is a nice term.
Sending me. Called the police on me saying I was poisoning him, accused me of telling the doctors and nurses he was faking. That culminated in him throwing an accordion at me. That one I threw him out, made him leave the house. Also called the police from the car, accusing me of kidnapping him because he didn't want to go to the doctor.
Jeez.
Accused me of sabotaging his car when he couldn't get the battery to jump and I could. Accused me of cheating with my best friend, whom he knows is super gay. Called me talentless more than once. Ugh, that's just fucking rude.
I'm sorry. Leave him. That's so much effort for nothing.
Most recently called me a talentless hack because I hadn't been called for a show I was waiting on. Said they hadn't called me because I suck.
I want to throw stuff. I want to rip stuff off the walls and throw it.
Threatens to unalive himself, later claiming he doesn't remember a lot of this. He does sleepwalk. We've had fights I believe he genuinely doesn't recall, but I suspect he uses it. He'll say he didn't do or say certain things, so I've started recording interactions when they get heated. He also does the "you're the one yelling" bullshit if I do get heated. Oh my god. So last Friday, he wakes up in pain. I'm half awake, hear him moaning. He shouts, "I can't live like this. Get me all the pills." I've grown pretty blasé about this by now. I'm just lying there trying to sleep, and he tells me if I don't leave the room, he's going to hit me. I get up, get something to eat, go back and sit on my big chair. He's still ranting. I'm just over it, like, okay, whatever. I'ma see you next Tuesday. Yeah.
Yeah.
The bottom line is, he said that I don't help him. Please bear in mind, this man has lifted not a finger for 10 years. Since he's been sick, I've literally brought him his meals, given him his meds, driven him everywhere. I didn't defend or argue. I just thought, okay, I do nothing to help you. Okay, I don't make things easier on you. Alrighty then.
Alright.
Cue malicious compliance. Am I the asshole for doing absolutely nothing for him for the last week? I've barely spoken. I've been sleeping in my papasan.
My paps,
How do you
paps,
say that?
my
Papas,
pap chair.
papson.
My pap smear chair.
My-
Cut.
I've been sleeping in my pap chair, not as comfy as my bed, but less chance of being awakened by a fist to the head. Fist to the head? Jesus. I refused to drive him to an appointment last Friday after he started in on me. I presumed he was going back to the I'm not going to the doctor bullshit. I had a video audition, so I was cleaning the house and frankly just didn't care. He was getting dressed and said he couldn't drive to his appointment, that he would likely crash the car. I said, "That's a shame. I guess you'll have to call and reschedule." He left to drive himself and again said how he'd probably crashed his car, saying, "I see how you are." I just didn't react to any of it, not even an okay.
Call an Uber.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of options at this point. Well, it depends on where you live, I guess. So for the last week, I've done nothing for him. No food, no medicine, no nothing. I gave him a basket of folded clothes, and I'm not doing I gave him a basket of folded clothes, and I'm no longer doing his laundry. I sort it by mine and his and wash mine. My son and I got cast in the show we tried for, and I haven't told Fiancee at all. I went to visit my aunt and uncle 3 hours away and didn't tell him we were going until I was leaving. That day, he left me stranded without gas money and didn't read my messages or answer my calls. We used to be able to track location, but he took me off his Apple Family plan after the last Mantrum, and I haven't shared my location again. So he really didn't know if I even got out of the parking lot I called him from. That was really my last attempt at initiating communication. I respond when spoken to. I know it's hard for him, but he's doing things. He got his own groceries, he got his own meds, etc. He obviously is capable, but I know it's hard. I see him struggle, but I really just don't care.
I wouldn't either. If he's like threatening to hit you or kill himself because you wouldn't do things for him.
Yeah. Outside of natural empathy, I haven't even had to stop myself from helping. The combination of him saying I didn't take care of him and leaving me stranded, not checking on me, I just checked out. I feel a little bad because he is in pain. Even though we're not really married, I take in sickness and health very seriously. I just don't feel like continuing to work my ass off caring for him only to hear him say I'm not doing enough. His argument was, "Well, I'm no better, am I? So you're not doing a good job of taking care of me." Okay. He has a chronic illness. That's not how it works. So I'm doing less, doing nothing, but I feel like maybe I'm being too harsh. It's been a week and I've hardly spoken. My daughter came to visit. We went to my ex's partner's graduation.
Ex's partner's graduation.
Okay. My audition went well, and I'm going to be shopped out to agencies for actual real performance work. Get it, girlfriend? That's awesome. Things are happening, and I'm not telling him. I feel like every vulnerability I've ever shown is used as a weapon when he gets crazy. Every joyful moment has him looking over it, waiting to use it against me. Every time we argue, he has to point it out that I don't own the house, I don't own my car, etc., which I am painfully aware of. He also doesn't ask for things now. He just hints that he's struggling, and I respond with, "That's a shame." I hate passive aggressive bullshit, but I'll give as I get. Get your dad to hire you a nurse. I think, but don't say. If he pays extra, you might even get a BJ from time to time, just like with me. But I don't want to be rude to nurses, so I don't say it.
Oh my
So,
god.
so am I the asshole for cutting him off from anything but basic communication? I feel like I'm not doing my job as his partner, but then I think, is that a partner? It's not. I've been the bang maid, and that's about all.
The bang maid.
Oof.
Not the bang maid. The bang maid.
What do y'all think? Should I start helping or just live in a house with a person I don't speak to or look at unless I have to?
Wait, are they married? I missed that part.
Top comment. No, they're not married. Top comment. YTA, you're the asshole for staying with him. What the fuck, lady?
Honestly, I wouldn't want to live with somebody who treated me that way, but at the same time, when you're getting your financials in order and they're treating you like crap anyways, and you're just trying to like live through it as long as you can to move out safely.
Well, and OP does respond to that comment actually. She says, "I know, but I don't have the money to move. He has a whole ass house he can go to. I have cats, kid, etc. His dad owns the house. He should move out, but he won't because then he won't have his nurse/maid." That was another thing. I started to have trouble with my stomach a couple weeks ago. I was lying down and he asked what was wrong. I told him jokingly, "Everything I eat turns to shit." He said, "You've got to be better if something is wrong." He said, "You've got to get better if something is wrong." I think for 2 seconds, "Oh, then I need you." Okay. Basically, she said that her stomach was upset, and then he was like, "You have to get better if something's wrong with you." And then
Yeah,
her
because you
thought
have
was
to
like,
care for
"Oh, that's
me.
sweet." And then, "Oh, right, because I have to take care of you because you need me." All right. So basically, everything is like, you're not the asshole, or you are the asshole to yourself.
Meh.
But pretty much every comment is like, leave him, which is pretty typical for Reddit. But in this one, I'm actually gonna be on Reddit's side. You should just leave him. Chronic illness doesn't like just turn someone into an asshole. He was an asshole before the chronic illness.
Yup.
Let's be for real.
That's so annoying. I don't like that.
Soft asshole only to yourself though. You should leave him.
Time to leave him.